G'day friends, Andy here. Today I'm going to edit a photo I took of the Supermoon in Cairns. The raw image looks like this, and the finished image will look like... Okay, so looking at this raw file, I can see that it was a 20-second exposure, so I took this photo on a little tripod with my 55mm Zeiss lens. When looking at it, I can see that the masks aren't straight. Do they have to be? No, of course not. But let's have a look to see if it improves the photo if I straighten them up. So one way I could do it is come here to the transform in the upright, hit guided, and then indicate that I'd like that mask to be straight and that I'd also like this mask to be straight. And it's done a job of straightening the photo. Great. And that's fantastic. I'll come back up here and see if I need to crop it any further. No. So this is one of the very few photos that I won't crop. I actually like that composition. But just checking, is it on the rule of thirds? No. Should it be? No, that's just a little too much. So I won't crop this photo at all. Okay, so what can I do with the rest of the photo? What stands out to me? Well, first of all, maybe I'll pull down the highlights so I get a bit more detail in the moon. There we go. We've got a bit more detail in the moon and the clouds. Have a look at the clouds there. Yeah, got a bit more detail there. Maybe we'll change the exposure a tiny bit. I'm hovering over the exposure number there, and of course you can see in the bottom left that I'm doing the up arrow key to give myself a little more exposure. And what else can I do here? Pull the shadows up a little. Get a bit more detail in those hills. Right. And just to check that I have a white point, hit Alt and I see that I have a white point and I have a black point. Now I kind of do. Okay, so just checking by hitting the backspace key what it looked like before and after. Have I made an improvement? Yes, I possibly have. Okay, so what can I do now? That doesn't look quite like a finished photo, not quite like a photo that I'd be happy with. So I'll come down here and press export. Now I have the Nick collection installed on my computer, the older free one. I'm not sure if they've made any improvements, but the old one was pretty good. So I'll hit HDR Efex Pro and wait for that to process and come up in HDR Efex Pro. When your photo opens in HDR Efex Pro, you're presented with this view here. Now this is my original photo and I'm looking for something a bit like that with a bit of contrast perhaps. That's an improvement already. I like that. That's good. Has its charm. I'm just looking down the left-hand column here to see what I can do. That's an interesting one as well. That actually adds a lot. Structuralize, which will bring out some certain details. And in case you don't know, HDR stands for High Dynamic Range. And when I originally edited this, I came up with a little custom one. Custom arrangement, which had tone compression, tonality, colors. You can see what I've done here. So I kind of like that, although having a look at that preset, that deep one wasn't too bad. Is it an improvement? Perhaps not that one. So I do like my custom one. But I'll tell you what it's highlighted. It's highlighted that I have some dust on my sensor here. So there. But I like that, so I will save that, and it will re-import automatically once I press save back into Lightroom. Okay, so that process has given me a TIFF file now. Now I'm going to have to do something about those sensor spots. I'll get my little tool there and go over the sensor spot and see what it does. Seems to have fixed that. Do I have any more sensor spots? I do. I have one there. And just looking around the screen here, it looks like one there. I do clean my sensor quite often, but sometimes I just forget. Now there is a nice little visualize spots thing here. So maybe, are these sensor spots or stars actually? I'd better check that. Because we're a few stars that night, right? No, there doesn't seem to be any stars. So maybe they are sensor spots. So I'll go there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and just checking my work. Has it worked? That works for me. Okay, so I kind of like that photo. We've got almost upright masts now, a nice dark colourful sky, and a nice reflection there. I'll compare it to the original, and the original is that minus that, because that's the before, and that's the after. So anyway, thanks for that. I hope you enjoy that, and have a great day.